Hi, everybody. Laura here. Welcome to the Diecember blog hop with Simon Says Stamp. In this video, I wanted to show you how I use this is the new balloon bouquet die, and I did a couple of different variations. One with a watercolor, and this one is more just straight up cardstock with a lot of glossy accents. And I thought I'd show you how easy it was to create these. So I'm starting. This is a piece of what's that called? Tim Holtz watercolor cardstock. I think that's what it's called. And I've already got my balloon here. This is just die cut. Now I'm taking that scrap, I guess that would be called the negative part of the die cut, and I'm using that. I'm going to take a pencil and kind of just very, very lightly trace around the top there so I know when I'm going to do my watercoloring, I have an idea of where those balloons need to be placed, where the color needs to go. And so now I am using these. Oh, these are fabulous new watercolors. I think I'm going to pronounce this totally wrong. They're Japanese. It's something like Ganzai. I don't even know the rest of it, but they are really, really great watercolors. Very vivid, very creamy and luscious. Just really, really easy to watercolor with. You hardly have to get very much on your brush at all, and it gives you this rich. I love the color palette. I think I have the 24, and there's even a larger one that I should have got the bigger one. And these colors are gorgeous. I have also have the Peerless, which are really, really great too. I need to get those organized because they're still in just the little loose papers. Anyhow, so you can see here how I took no time at all, just loosely watercoloring my balloons. I wanted it to ooze out the sides. I don't want it to be perfect. I'm kind of going for that loose feel. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm stacking up 3 of the die cuts together to give it a little dimension, a little thickness, and a little sturdiness, so that it would kind of pop off the card just a little bit. And then I am going to adhere that right over top of my loose watercoloring, just like so. See how that gives you, I love how this die cut, it looks like it's in motion. It's kind of floating off to the side of the card. And now what's cool about this die cut or die is it comes with the one balloon there that's loose. So I was thinking you could use that balloon separate from this whole thing. Like if you had an image, a cute image, and you wanted to have it hold a balloon, you could use this die and just have that one balloon and put it on that image and look like I'm all about putting balloons and party hats on things. So moving on. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I'm going to emboss a sentiment in white. This is from the More Sketchy Banners stamp set, and I'm embossing that. It says, "Let's celebrate." I'm using some of that Simon Says Stamp white embossing powder, which works fabulous, really ultra fine, and it gives you lots of detail. And now I'm just popping up that watercolor paper onto a card base, and then I'll cut a little fishtail in my sentiment and pop that up as well over top of the balloons along the bottom. And that is pretty much all there is to the loose watercolor look. You can see how that turned out there. Now this would be really fun to try a lot of different color combinations. You could also do this loose watercolor look with a lot of dyes. Okay, so moving on to my second card. This one is just cardstock and glossy accents. So I am adhering this, I went ahead and die cut just one. I didn't stack this up and give it thickness like I did the last one. I layered 3 of them together. Now you could layer 3, but this time I just did the one because I want to kind of keep it flat. Now I already have my bits and pieces all die cut. I went ahead and die cut a bunch of different colored cardstock. That's Simon Says Stamp cardstock and a lot of various colors. And I'm just going to start piecing this in to all those little balloon parts. Now the key to all of this is this quick stick tool. This makes everything go so fast, and you feel like you're really getting something done in your life. You know what I mean? When this just goes and fits and everything fits in its place and everything just goes nice and smooth. You just wish everything in your life could fit together like this die cut, but it doesn't. Okay, so now we just about have that all. Look how easy that was to do. And you know what? You could do this in a lot of different color combinations. You don't have to go in rainbow order, certainly, like I tend to do on everything. But you could do some pastel. You could do a lot of fun things. You know, it might even be cool to take your ink blender and blend ink on white cardstock and then cut it out with the die cut and paper pieces so you could get that gradient effect in your balloons. I just now thought of that. So, okay, so we're doing the sentiment just like we did on the first card, exactly the same. And then I'm adding a whole bunch of glossy accents. And you know what? Does anybody else have trouble with their glossy accent clogging up every single time my glossy accent is clogged up? And I've tried everybody's tips and tricks, and it still gets clogged every single time. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so there's my card. Look at the glossy. Isn't it just gorgeous? Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your hop.